Hello and Happy New Year. Today is January 2nd, 2025, and I'm so excited because I love New Year's. Oh, my thing is slipping. I forgot. There we go. I forgot a tripod, and darn these obstacles that happen, I'm still going to keep my resolutions. So, Happy New Year, and yeah, it's a new year. And we're in a new place today. We decided, it was quite fun. Yesterday, we were flying on the first day of the year to Hawaii, and that was so much fun. Oh my gosh. There we go. Stay. Don't move. Oh, now I've got my suitcase. Wow, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it does not. Maybe it will stay now. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so I'll try to do this fast so that since this is slipping this whole time. Okay, this is ridiculous. You might just have to see my suitcase handle in the thing. Maybe that worked. Okay, so anyways, back to it. So today, January 2nd, and yesterday, first day of the year, we were on an airplane, which is a super fun way to start the new year. I didn't film a thing of it because I'm not super good at filming stuff, and I just forget. I just keep, I'm just doing what I'm doing. And so anyways, but I'm not going to be deterred. I'm doing my New Year's goals, and I'm going to give my best effort to fulfill them. So I thought for the new year, like probably a lot of other people are doing, I'm sharing what my New Year's goals are for 2025. And as always, so I love goals. I love setting new things. I love starting things. I'm an initiator on, that just makes me so excited. But sometimes I get a little bit too excited and I set too many things. And that's happened again this year, but that's okay because I'd rather try to progress in different areas than just feel stagnant. So I know sometimes less is more, but there's so many different areas of life and I want to progress in quite a few of them. So I might as well give it an effort. And you are 42% more likely to finish, to complete a goal if you write it down and put it where you see it frequently. So I have written down my goals in my Daytimer on the very front page. I like paper things, and so I wrote it down on the very front page. Unfortunately, that page is not designed to be written on. It's kind of plasticky. I'll show it to you. So it's kind of plasticky. And so it's all smeared. Look how sad that is. It's so sad. So I'm going to redo it at some point when I get back home. I'll figure out a new way. But my 25 goals, I've set 12 goals for the year 2025 that I've written down and that I'm going to be actively working on. Okay, so goal number 1 is read with Olivia every single day. So far, we're 2 for 2. I have done really bad with this at the beginning of her kindergarten school year, and it's such a vital time of life. And so she's the youngest, and I feel like I've digressed in my efforts with every child. So I really want to make sure this is very important to me, which is why I've written it down on the very top one, is that I spend time with her every single day, and this vital moment, this really sacred moment of her learning part of life and her age, that I make it most important in my life to do this with her. So read with her every single day, and it will be a wonderful time for us to connect and to, spend time together, and I want to help her succeed. So that's the first one. Second one is family home evening every week. For you, those of you that don't know what family home evening is, it's just setting aside one night every single week that you spend together as a family. and we try to have a meal together that night. We always try to have some sort of activity, a fun activity that we do together, like playing a game or building something, simple. They're simple activities, and they usually try to have them correlate with a character building, a spiritual message, something that helps build ourselves inside and deepens our relationship with Jesus Christ. So those are the kind of the framework of our family home evening, and we practice that in my religion. So we're like 50-50 we spend a lot of time together. We have a lot of meals at home, but we don't necessarily always have a family home evening. So I really want to focus on that. We used to be really good at it. And as I was saying, with every child, I digress in my parenting capabilities. So re-umping, lifting up, hiring my standards here. So that's one. The third goal I've set is when I start to feel stressed or frustrated about problems, to stop and pray and give those frustrations over to God, so that way I don't have to. He's already dealt with them, so I don't actually have to. And it's my own pride that is me trying to deal with things that I don't have to deal with. So I'm going to pray when I'm feeling that stress and then give it to God, and it's not a problem for him. So it's not like I'm even adding problems to his life. My little things are not a problem. So anyways, that's the third one. The fourth one is to do this YouTube channel and to post a video every single week. And I just feel like, I don't know, that God wants me to do this. So I'm doing it. And I love being a mother. And I'm feeling like I'm going to be an ambassador for moms. Being a mom is awesome. And I hope every woman decides to do that, because it is like the best experience in the entire world. I'm fulfilling my measure as a human being. It's just like fulfilling and empowering and wonderful. It just adds so much love to life. So I hope you become a mother or father if you're a guy. But, but I'm a girl, so that's what I'm focused on. Okay. My fifth goal is to do a half Ironman this year. So that's 70.3 miles, 1 mile plus a little swim, 56-mile bike ride, and a 13.1 mile run. So I'm pretty nervous about the run. It sounds horrible to me. I don't like running. I don't like it at all. So that's what I'm going to have to work on. And bike riding, awesome. I love riding my bike. It's not a problem. I could just go at my little hunky-dory speed for forever, and I'm pretty happy about it. And then swimming, that'll be a challenge, but doable. This morning, I went and swam a 1/4 mile in the ocean, and my lungs, I am overcoming pneumonia, so they weren't super happy about the activity, but they were better than I thought they'd be. So that's really fantastic. My fifth thing is a service project once a month with my family that we plan out. Just want to help us look beyond ourselves. So the next one, which I've already failed at, which means I failed at the one about stress too, but only kind words and tones. I got mad at my son on the airplane yesterday, and because he couldn't hear me very well. It was ridiculous. So it was something that wasn't even worth getting mad about, and I did. So I've already failed at that, but that's okay, because progression, that's all we're working towards, is progression. 365 days of a cold plunge. I am 2 for 2. Yes. Cold plunge this morning, and in the shower, which is my least favorite place to cold plunge. If you ever want to cold plunge, I highly recommend a bathtub, not the shower. It's the worst. What's his name? I can't think of his name. I'll do a video on cold plunging, I'm sure, so I'll talk about it later. Then the last one, the second, I'm falling again. Shoom, stay up. Okay. The second to last one, the 11th one, is study the scriptures every morning. And then the last one is do a painting for my entryway every single month, a new painting. So I really enjoy painting. I'm not the most bestest artist in the whole wide worldist, but I do love it. And so I am going to do that. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about our last week, and our oldest is going on a mission in a little bit of time in the beginning of February. And so we wanted to have one last week where we really spent some fabulous quality time together. And so hence our time here in Hawaii. So that way we can just really, savor and enjoy this moment where all of my kids are at home, because my oldest is leaving for a year and a half. And we won't be together for a year and a half. And so I'm going to miss her, and I'm going to miss this time, this stage of life where we're all at home. So she was off to college last year. She was, from September through May, but we still saw each other almost once a month. So it wasn't like she was gone. But now she's been home from May, and we're now in January. So she's been home for 7 months, and I've loved it. And I want to cherish this last month as much as possible. So we decided to have no distractions and be here in Hawaii for about a week. And so we could really enjoy that. And that's why we've come, other than because we love the ocean. There's a butterfly. And we love the ocean, and we love sunshine, like I think most of the world does. So we came, and a little vitamin D in this midwinter is definitely needed in my soul. So anyways, here we are in Hawaii. Before we came, the week before, from actually a couple weeks before Christmas, we have had so much sickness in our house. I started it with, I got pneumonia, and everyone got the cold that I had that turned into pneumonia. Of course, for everyone else, it just was a cold. And then my youngest, she got it last, and it turned into croup for her. So she's doing so much better. It's been a mild case of croup. I mean, it's not like we had to go to the hospital or anything like that, but it's still been, my legs are getting uncomfortable. So it's still been, a rough one for her. So that's not been fun. I love cuddling with sick babies. Not that I want my kids to be sick, but cuddling is the best. And when they're sick, they want to cuddle. So that's like the one benefit of them being sick. Not that you want them ever sick, but you know what I mean. It's really sweet. It's really sweet getting to cuddle with them. And so we had a lot of cuddle time right before we left. And then while she was sleeping, and while she was watching movies, let's be honest as well, when she was just not wanting to do much, I got Christmas taken down, and I got our normal memorabilia and special things put back up. So when we get home, it will be really nice to just get home to that being done and not have a huge tour ahead of us. It's always sad to take down Christmas, and then So I was going to say a couple things. I had all this huge list of things that I'm adding to my life, or, trying to be more diligent in. And there's two things that I'm taking out. I'm attempting to remove from my life. I guess three because of the stress thing. But the two things that I'm trying to completely take out of my life is one, about I don't have to have my house completely clean before I do stuff. I really like having a clean house, and I have a hard time going out to do something when it's not the kitchen breakfast mess isn't cleaned up, and my bed's not made, and laundry's in some sort of getting clean mode. If it's not done, I usually will just be late to wherever I'm going, so that way I can get it finished. But this time now, oh, a gecko. This is the awesomest. Today we've seen whales, a gecko, that butterfly, and a turtle. Like, what? That is cool. Anyways, so I heard someone say online that your home is not a museum, it is a tool. And I love that. I love it so much. So instead of being a servant to my home is now a tool for me. And I just love that so much. So I am going to fully embrace that and implement it in my daily life. And I think that will help with some of my goals. And then the other thing that I'm going to not stress about is my sugar consumption. So for many, many, many years, I had a 0 sugar consumption, unless it was like my birthday, you know, but 0 sugar consumption. And I feel really great when I don't eat sugar, really great. And then I had a couple of years ago that were really stressful, and my sugar intake went like through the roof, totally skyrocketed. And so then I had to, in order to get off that sugar habit, addiction, whatever, I'm not going to say addiction, just habit, I cut it out again. But then I was like, every time I had some, I was feeling stressed and guilty about it, but I was still feeling pretty good. And so I realized that I can have a little bit of sugar here and there. It's not a big deal, but I don't need to feel guilty about it. So I'm taking that stress out and now. So that way, if with my exercise and all that jazz, and if we're going to do something fun and we go get ice cream, like I can have some ice cream and I don't have to feel guilty about it. So yeah, that's my new year and our last week. And anyways, I hope you have some fun things that you have planned for your 2025 and that your New Year's starting off awesome. Okay, check you later. Bye. There's something I wanted to tell you that I forgot. So here I am. I'm back. And I was going to tell you about setting goals. Some of this came from my friend that from New Year's Eve party, actually, and then I've also added to it. So when you're writing down your goals, you can make one paper that you have up that you can see really clearly, easy, remind yourself, like put it in your closet or whatever, in your mirror, what those goals are. And then the other one is like, while you're setting your goals, you write down a few things to go along with it. The first one, of course, what the goal is. The second one, why is it important to you? Why do you want to, fulfill that goal? Why are you doing it? Okay, so the why. The next one is, what are the next steps? Okay, so I have the goal, like what's my first action step? I love action steps. So what's my first action step? Then the next thing that you also write down is a reward. So if you're going to fulfill the goal, what reward are you going to do for yourself in order to give yourself a little oomph? I don't think you always need to have a reward, but it sure is helpful because we're human beings and we like dopamine. So give yourself a little reward. And then the last thing that I like to also figure out are two more things, or they're combined, right? So I added this to it, is what are the obstacles? What can I foresee some of the obstacles that are going to happen? So for example, reading with Olivia, one of our obstacles is maybe she doesn't want to, or maybe I'm feeling too busy to. Okay, so how are we going to overcome those obstacles? Well, I don't have to sit and read with her for 20 minutes. If that seems like too much time, too hard, if I just review one of her set of words with her, I can count that as like I'm working towards the goal, because I am. And so maybe just figuring out like mitigating a way that you can overcome one of those obstacles. And then if she doesn't want to do it, well, then maybe we read for a shorter amount of time that day and then do something fun together afterwards. So those are some, solutions. So you want to find an obstacle and then your solutions. All right, now I'm leaving. Bye.